Okay, here's my gas cylinder, less the front sight. As you can see, we're going to take this dowel and put it right here on this flat behind the dovetail. Unless it tries to roll off, then we'll put it in front of the dovetail, just like so. And then the splines inside, these 3 splines in here, will, they'll line up on the barrel, which, are machined top dead center. And so we'll just stick that up there, which will hold the front end line, and we'll just clock the receiver until both of these are on the same plane. Let's see if you got a shot of that. Let me turn this around just a little bit. There you go. So we got one here, one here. Obviously I can tell by looking at this that the receiver needs to tighten up some more. And what you'll do is you'll just get down here and look down this one and line it up with the other one and get them clocked till they're even with each other on the same plane. That one's actually pretty close. Tighten it up just a tad bit. There we go. Alright, so now receiver is clocked. Just take the gas cylinder off. Pull it back out of the barrel vise, and you have an installed M1 Garand barrel. And now let me cut this. I'll come back and we'll start reaming it. Or we'll check it first. Always check it before you just start reaming it, because these things are shortened up. I don't know, anywhere from 10 to probably 50, 60, 70 thousandths. So in all these bolts, let's say you have a Garand that won't headspace. If you can find enough bolts, you can probably find a bolt that will headspace with it. So if you have a Garand at home and it won't headspace, it don't necessarily, if the barrel's good, you don't necessarily need to change the barrel out, because you can probably find, if you can get, the problem is getting enough access to the bolt, but if you can find the bolts, you can just keep trying bolts and keep trying bolts till you get one that'll headspace. And then, if you go through all your sources for bolts and can't find a bolt that'll headspace with it, then that's a different story. But I just wanted to add that in there. Let me cut this and we'll come back and ream it. Okay, let me say this. When you're working on a Garand, you don't want to use Forester headspace gauges. We found that I don't know if they're short, or, I mean, obviously if they headspace on it, it's a good thing, but if you got a no-go gauge that's a Forester gauge and it closes, think the headspace is bad, double check it with a shit, I can't think of what the hell they're called now. Climber, yeah. Double check it with a climber gauge or PTG or some nice set of gauges. But for some reason, Forester gauges don't tell you what you need to know about an M1 Garand. You can believe that or not. I mean, anybody that wants to argue with me, I got plenty of experience on M1 Garands. There probably ain't many regular gunsmiths out there who ain't dedicated to M1 Garands or custom M1 Garand builders who's been around Garands for as many Garands and as long as I have. I'll let them debate themselves, but if you don't believe me, you can also call up CMP and ask them if what I'm telling you is a fact. But anyway, so we're going to check our headspace first, and we're going to use the go gauge, because obviously this should be short chambered, and we'll see if this thing will close on our go gauge. Let me mention this too. If you're going to start getting into M1 Garand work, modify your gauges like this right here. And the reason for that is when you got your ejector in here, you can check it without having to you can do all your routine, checking your headspace and stuff without having to disassemble the bolt. So we'll stick this in here, and let's see if I can get it closer. Yeah, I suck at this camera thing. Okay. Camera keeps moving. Wow. Okay. So as you can see here, as you go forward, this thing will not shut. So obviously we've got to ream some. But if you look right here, it's really, really close to camming over. So what we're going to do, twist this up, get our gauge out of there. Put this back. Now, bolt should go in, fall right in. Like so. Okay, let me cut this. I'll grab the reamer, pull through reamer. And again, comment. I can't stress that enough. Leave me comments, because I don't know what I'm doing really as far as making videos go. Leave me some comments if y'all want to see this done professionally, like on a lathe. But this is the way most people that are going to mess with grands are going to do it. So there's nothing wrong with this. It'll shoot just fine. It actually shoots real good, so long as you got a good barrel. But let me cut this. I'll go grab the reamer. We'll come back and we'll ream it out.